What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders Awaken. I'm gonna cut right to the chase, boy. I screwed this one all up and recorded the start of this video with my microphone muted. So, we are gonna go ahead and speed through the initial build phase. But as you see, I am on a Wave 23 start on Royal Gardens. Now, there was no do-overs because this is my first Wave 23 start on the Xbox, so it's actually my first Royal Gardens completion on the Xbox. As you see here, starting it off at 77, so still don't have that 78 gear equipped. And we're going to go with 6 DSTs and 4 Flame Bursts here on the center bridge. Now, the build ran really smooth. I was kind of surprised. I did it my first time. Started off, went 1 to 24, and then failed on Wave 24, but that did give me the Wave 23 start. Now, obviously, once you're in Nightmare mode and you're leveling up, the next milestone is to get to level 83. Level 83 is going to unlock Massacre mode, and you've got a few choices to get that done. Now, I chose to go Royal Gardens here, not because I think it's the best map, just because I'm not burnt out on Royal Gardens, and I figured that's the best thing to do. Prom is considered the go-to map for most people for survival grinding, and remember, pure strategy is an option as well. Now, pure strategy and survival are going to be very comparable XP values. Mixed mode is going to be a little bit higher. However, mixed mode, of course, is going to be a little bit more difficult as well. So, jumping in and grinding out that level 83, you're going to want to do it on pure strat or regular survival. Now, I chose going with Nightmare Hardcore Survival because I want the loot too. I want to be really jacked up and decked out when I hit those milestones of level 78 and then level 83 for the different loot tiers. So I wanted to collect as much higher quality loot as I could and be good to go. That way, as soon as I hit level 83, I can jump right on into Massacre mode. So that is going to just about complete the build phase here. We are going to get some poison gas traps in the mix as well, just to close the deal there. And I'll go ahead and jump on forward to the point where I noticed my microphone was muted, and we'll continue this along in Wave 25. And here we go in wave number 25. Let's see what we got here. Now, I did take a little bit of kind of incidental core damage from some cleave damage over on this far east side, or far west side of the map here. You see the core did take a couple of shots. You're going to be able to avoid most of that as you grow in power, and then also just by getting this blocking field as far down the steps as you can. You don't want enemies to get right up on top of your core, of course, and start cleaving away. Let's see, what else can we do? We got lots of mana land, that's for sure. Now, of course, a Wave 20 start is always going to be better as far as XP per hour as a Wave 23 start. However, I'm still trying to get some of that fat loot, so I've been doing Wave 23 starts just in hopes of being ready to completely deck myself out as soon as I hit level 78 and level 83. So hopefully we'll see, I should see some nice gains in power off of this run, because certainly, hopefully that'll be enough to get me over the tick to level 78 there. We will have to see. And then we'll just dump everything else right here. I'm just kind of spraying it around, no real priority. I did get a couple of upgrades on this Flame Burst right up front. And the reason being is they get such an incredible range boost with upgrades. So I wanted to make sure they were good and squared away. I think that is going to get it. So let's go ahead and let it fly here. I'm going to try to keep my overcharge up as often as possible, specifically when ogres come. So I do want to keep an eye on that. Now I'm going to just kind of assist in this lower lane down here. The Flame Bursts do a pretty good job clearing everything. There's lots of shots that just fire into that fountain and just explode and miss randomly, but there's enough of that splash damage going on around down there that it is clearing out everything pretty well, with the exception of the ogres, of course. Take a peek at what's going on. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a build-up over on that west side of the map as well. But until we get ogres out, I'm not going to really sweat it too much. Here come the ogres now. Let's make sure we keep this overcharge up for just a second and get these ogres burned out a little bit. You know, they're going to be taking lots and lots of shots on my walls, and I definitely want to avoid any cleave damage on those cores when at all possible. Now, in case of emergency, I am ready to jump down there for an emergency repair or upgrade. Oh no! We're taking some more cleave damage over here on this core. I think it's all about these ogres right now. It looks like they're going to get wrecked, though. We got another ogre joining the party over here, so let's drop another overcharge and just make sure these DSTs are putting in some work. Big Mad Ned over there. Looks like he's taking lots of damage before he even makes it to the wall. So I think I will be able, maybe? I'll be able to get away with not jumping down there for an emergency repair. Let's go with another overcharge here, and hopefully we get Big Mad Ned all burned out. Now, obviously I could just jump down there and upgrade or repair that wall. The problem is this is a builder hero. This is not a DPS hero by any means, so I got really super low health. I don't have any armor upgraded. You know, I've got no survivability, and the Dark Elf Warriors will let you know. In Nightmare mode, you will get the gear check letting you know that your survivability kind of sucks. So as soon as we get done with the map here, we'll go through the stats that I'm at, and additionally, we'll go through what I get to off of just this one Wave 23 start. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning, this is my very first Wave 23 start, so this is a bit of an experimental run. However, it seems to be doing pretty well so far. There's 120 mobs left. That wall is starting to take a little bit more damage. As long as I can keep those last bits of bads off of there, I think we'll be able to get away with not going in for the repair. So 50 mobs left. Definitely making some progress here. We took a little bit of wall damage over on that side too. Actually quite a bit of wall damage. But it looks like this is going to be my very first Nightmare victory on the Xbox. The Royal Gardens. Oh yeah. So let's check out the loot. Is RNG going to be my friend? And look at that. Just a sliver over 78. Now there's no doubt I'm going to get some 83 gear here that I can't use as well. But I do have some level 78 gear sitting and ready to go. But more importantly, let's check out the giraffe. How is it? Oh, it's a level 70 giraffe. It actually is kind of not a fantastic roll. I mean, it's going to be an upgrade for one of my characters, there's no doubt. But there we go. We got a Nightmare Hardcore, the Royal Gardens on the Xbox. So let's go ahead and hop on out to Tavern. We'll take a look through all of my stats, and then we'll look at what I get to off of this one run. Let's go check it out. Alright, so let's take a look at the team here. So these were the stats that I started the run with, and then we'll take a look at what I end it with. So of course the Apprentice is my breadwinner. Remember, all of these stats is just from Ancient Mind gear. Nothing else. All I did was Ancient Minds. All I did was Nightmare Hardcore Survival. I didn't do any mixed mode. I didn't do anything else. So this is straight up Ancient Mind Survival gear getting me to these stats. Let's take a look at the Monk. My Monk is doing fairly well too. 745 on the power on that one. Then we've got the Huntress. My Huntress is lagging behind in gear a little bit. However, should be able to get some nice upgrades equipped here from this particular run. And then last but not least, we got the EV. Now this EV is a bit of a hybrid. Of course, I built buff beams with her, but I also built walls with her. So I've only got the 4 heroes here on Xbox. So Not the best buff beams, not the best walls, as it's a little bit of a hybrid in between the two. But that's what I started the run at. Now let's see what I end up with after that one run. And here we are after equipping the loot. Now I didn't get any massive gains there, but I definitely had some gains. Here is a look at my monk stats now. Let's take a look at the apprentice. The apprentice got a little bit of juice there, up to 910 power now, which is quite nice. Then we've got the huntress, still lagging behind a little on the huntress. I definitely need to find some snazzier huntress loot. No doubt about it. And then the EV. The EV got the best out of that deal because the EV took that pet. So we got a nice big bump in stats there. You see now my fort and power are a little bit more even. Power is still lagging behind a little bit, but I want those fatty walls, or the best walls I can have for where I'm at in my progression now. So that is a look at my very first Wave 23 start on Royal Gardens. Now, Royal Gardens and Prom, of course, are the grind spots. That is the best place to get on in and get leveled up to level 83 as far as ease and convenience. Now, Glitter Helm, of course, is going to be the most overall XP, but there's going to be a lot more challenge involved with getting that one completed. So I'm pretty pleased with that start that we got going on the Royal Gardens here. So thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to click that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And I will be back soon with some more Dungeon Defenders in all of its various forms and flavors. Thanks again, y'all. I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.